Losing $30,000 in 3 weeks. Thankfully, it wasn't me. I'll tell you a little bit more about that situation here in a minute, but right now I'm downstairs in the basement of the place that we bought, and I want to show you something very fascinating. It's a very old, I don't think you could even call it a wood stove. It's more of a boiler or a radiator, I guess. Let me show it to you here. Just spin the camera around. Right there it is, and that's a wood stove. Let me get my finger here. Right there, that's the boiler. Let me show you a little bit more detail. Let me grab a lantern. It's pretty dark down here, but right there it is. Arco Ideal. Right there. American Radiator Company. There's the patent, December 1984, it looks like. Right there. So, but there's where the pipe would come up out, where that shovel, those two shovels are sitting there. And then the top door there with the Arco on it, that'd be where you would clean out the top part of the stove, all the creosote and everything. That one down there that has the vent on it, that is where you would put the wood in and of course adjust your vent. And then down there you could scrape out the hot coals, the next door down, and the final one down there would be where you could get rid of the ash. And there's little triangular things right there, point to it with my foot here. There's little triangular things. There's a wrench back here. We have wood cook stoves that have the same kind of a thing. And you can see on the end of the wrench there, there's a little triangular thing. And you put that kind of a wrench, whatever you would call it, on those little triangle things, and then you shake it back and forth, and that causes the grate inside there to move up and down, and then that shakes the ash down and keeps the bigger coals up above. So, but he has all of his old wood stove tools down here. I didn't change any of these around. A lot of big pokers and things there. I thought that one was interesting. It's a wire brush that's bolted to that piece of steel, so you can get in there and clean out the creosote. Kind of a little rake looking thing right there. Lots of interesting things. And that, you say, what's a cleaver for? That would be for splitting kindling. They do work pretty good for that. So pretty interesting seeing this old radiator down here. And of course right here you can see, I forgot to show this. This is where the hot water would go out of, and then that down there is the intake pipe where the cool water would come in there after circulating through the house, and then you have a little area there where you could drain out some of the water. But this is a radiator. It's not a wood stove like in the traditional sense. This one over here, you just put wood in it, and the stove pipe goes up to that. It's not connected right now, but you pull that little cap out, and you can heat with wood down here in the basement. This one, on the other hand, heats the room, and it heats the water as well. Water. There you go. So pretty interesting. Let me flip this back around here. So yeah, but getting back to the thing of losing $30,000 in 3 weeks. For those of you who have been following the ministry and understand what's going on, you'll understand this, but newer people, let me explain it again. We bought this place with money that we had saved up in precious metals. When I made the offer originally, they were all upset. The seller and the listing agent were upset because I couldn't show proof of funds, that my precious metals weren't proof of funds. I had to show cash in the bank, money in the bank, in order to buy it. So precious metals is not considered legitimate money. So who lost the $30,000 in 3 weeks? Well, actually the seller did. It was an older woman. She had lived here for 55 years. Her and her husband were the ones that built the place. It would have been nice for her to get precious metals, because her metals from the time of settlement, June 19th, until today, July 7th, my birthday, today. I'm actually turning 50 years old today, but from that June 19th to July 7th, it's not even 3 weeks, the price of metals has gone up so much so that I figured it out last night. They would have made actually a little bit over $30,000 with just how much it's gone up, platinum, gold, silver, how much it went up. So I'm trying to illustrate a point here. There are people that get upset with me. What are you doing talking about gold and silver and all this precious metal stuff and whatever? And, you know, because it's important. When the money is being devalued, you end up losing a lot. And so we have to have cash. We have to have money in the bank. That's all that we'll accept. We will not accept precious metals. If she had accepted the precious metals for this place here, she would be $30,000 richer right now. Not even 3 weeks later. And again, it's not richer. It's some money-making scam or something. No, it's our dollar is so bad right now. So not only did she lose out on the precious metals, but her dollar's worth less now. But don't you worry, because Trump's big, beautiful bill that he just signed on the 4th of July, nice, that big, beautiful bill thing, it's going to help out. $3.3 trillion more spending, that's going to help the dollar get stronger. No, it's not. Okay, what a tragedy. I understand, you know, right now we have a lot of costs and things here. There's no way I can invest in any kind of metals or anything else. It's not really even a plan right now for the immediate future. Was trying to put a new faucet in the bathroom because the old one was leaking a little bit, and the lines underneath were so badly corroded. And I tried to move the thing to shut the water off so I could do the faucet changeover, and it cracked a little tiny bit when I was shutting it off. It was so corroded. Starting to leak a little bit, so I'm gonna have to get a plumber in here, because literally the line goes the whole way down into the system. There's no other place to shut it off. So there are expenses with owning a home. Not everybody can invest in precious metals. I get it. I've never said that everybody can invest in them. What I'm saying is, if you have your money in savings in the bank, you would do well to convert some of that into precious metals. All right, it's very important. And if this woman, this poor older woman that sold us this house, if she would have said, listen, I don't want the cash in the bank, I want the precious metals. Closing day, we can meet at a coin shop or something. There's literally one about a block away from the lawyer where we did the transaction. If we had met there, and he's an older guy, he would have said, yeah, I'll give you a spot value, or we can do spot value, or a little below, or a little above, or whatever, and figured out the amount that I paid for the house, that it would be transacted not in cash but in precious metals, she'd be doing a lot better right now. Right? But because the American people are so ignorant as to what real money is, she insisted that I get the cash. I have to have proof of funds and whatever else. I had to do this huge deposit just to prove that I would go through with the transaction, or else they were going to cancel. You know, breach of contract and everything. But I got to thinking about that. I guess 2 days ago, I was thinking about, I wonder what the metals are worth now, because I've seen platinum's gone up to $1,400 plus. Gold, I think, is $3,500 or something. Silver's going way up, $37 plus an ounce. And again, it's tricky. It's not exactly, it doesn't exactly work out this way, but you know, you have to look at it not as the precious metals going up, but the dollar coming down. And it doesn't quite work out perfectly, but what I'm saying is precious metals will go up and when we see the dollar being hyperinflated, the metals are going to be worth a lot more. So if you have money in savings or something, you know, use your own judgment. I'm not telling you what to do, but in my case, me personally, I don't want any money in the bank that's in there. Oh, it's FDIC insured. And so now this poor woman that sold us this place, the money that she got, she's going to be relying on that for retirement. My own mother, she reminded me in some ways of my own mother. My own mother sold the house that they owned. When my father died, she lived there a little bit longer, and then she sold it. And that money is going to have to last her for the rest of her life. And more than likely, it's, you know, in dollars. I don't think that they invested any of it into precious metals. And so that value is going to continue to go down and down and down. You have precious metals, you retain your purchasing power. It's not about becoming a multimillionaire because you have gold and silver. It's about maintaining what you had back when you first saved up or whatever. Okay, you're not going to lose that value. So, but I don't think I'm going to be moving that thing anytime soon. The stove here, it's pretty big. I mean, I'm a pretty big guy myself here, and when I stand by the thing, I mean, you can't get a real great idea for it, but it's huge. I don't even know how the guy got it down in here. Just another little heads up here. I finished a book I'm going to be reviewing here. I'm reading another book now that I'll be doing another review on. I have some sermon notes to do, but I've also been recording multiple videos as a way to celebrate when we hit the 100,000 subscriber mark. I was jokingly saying about I'll do a tour of the upstairs of the barn when we hit 100,000, and then a couple of you said, hey, that would actually be a good idea. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I already have the video done. I also have a video of the old train car that's behind my barn, and even some things back in the woods that we found that I think could be part of some kind of a steam engine, whether a train type of steam engine or some other kind of steam engine. Pretty fascinating. And there's a few other videos I'm going to be doing as well. There'll be several videos coming out when we hit the 100,000 subscriber mark. So I haven't made the official announcement, but I'm just kind of giving a little bit of a hint towards that way because we're approaching 97,000 subscribers. Still kind of mind-blowing about that, but I thank everybody who has subscribed. If I can get it out. But yeah, so just blows my mind. She could have had what she got for the house. It would actually go up above what she would originally wanted for the house because I offered less. She'd have taken the precious metals that I offered, and I did offer them. Oh no, we have to have cash in the bank. Okay, if she would have taken the precious metals, she'd actually have more now than what she was asking for the place. But she'll see the value of that money go down and down as time goes by. So just some thoughts there, some advice that I'm giving. You can do with it whatever you want. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching.